Bonjour tout le monde. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very honored to be here. My name is Julien Billot. I'm the lead of CDL-Montreal since 2019. And an easy way to recognize me, I have a tie. I didn't want Sonia to be the only one to have a tie in this room, so I decided to have a tie on tribute to Sonia. CDL-Montreal, we host 3 cohorts and a half, I would say. One AI cohort we launched in 2018, one blockchain Web3 cohort we launched in 2022, a quantum cohort we are going to share with University of Toronto and CDL Toronto beginning in 2024, and a supply chain cohort. And the reason we decided to launch a supply chain cohort is basically Montreal is obviously one of the core hubs of AI in North America, but has also a very important nexus for logistics in North America because of the port of Montreal and the St. Lawrence River. So supply chain is at the core of the issues. We launched this cohort in 2019, much before COVID, and it was very important to do it. So I would love now to introduce Nivata Balendra from Dispersa. She had an incredible background. Nivata was actually 17 when a drama occurred in Lac Mégantic. 47 people were killed and millions of liters of oil were spoiled. And Nivata decided at that time that she wanted to find a way to create sustainable way of dispersing oil. And so she collected samples. She went to the Institute of National Research in Quebec and decided to focus on her way to manufacture biological biosurfactants. And so she did that. While in McGill, she created Dispersa, and she found a way leveraging food waste to create biomanufacturing dispersion for oil, and so replacing traditional palm products or petroleum products to do that. So it's my great pleasure, part of CDL supply chain cohort in 23-24, to introduce you to Nivata. Nivata, you have the floor. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Julien, for that kind intro, and thank you, everyone, as well, for this platform and being able to share about Dispersa. We're located in Montreal, and what we do is transform food waste into the most sustainable surfactant. So before I get into what exactly a surfactant is, I do want to take everyone on a small journey back to how our story started. And I know Julien shed some light on that, but back in 2013, I heard about the Lac Mégantic train crash where over 5 million gallons of oil were spilled. I was 17 at the time and was really inspired to find an environmentally friendly way of remediating such oil spills, which led me to learning more about a field of research where you use some microbes to produce these soapy ingredients that can not only be used to treat oil spills, but are actually, if you take a step back, a natural alternative to one of the most important chemicals that we use as consumers every day. That ingredient is known as a surfactant. That, combined with my own personal experience as a cancer survivor, cemented in me the importance of having non-toxic, safe, and sustainable materials that are truly green, not just saying that they're green, and that we have truly transparent labeling available for everyday consumers. So that's really what sprouted into Dispersa in my second year of undergrad at McGill. So let's take it away. Surfactants are found at the heart of these products, ranging from cleaning to personal care, oil and gas, and agriculture. It is a massive market valued at $60 billion and growing. The challenge, though, are that end users are shifting away from petroleum or palm due to rising regulatory and consumer concerns. There are natural alternatives called biosurfactants, but there exist 2 main barriers that are limiting market adoption. These are limitations in ingredient choice and functionality, and the fact that biosurfactants are just traditionally more expensive than conventional ones. With these market barriers in place, they represent about 4% of the global market. What we're doing at Dispersa differently is accelerating the adoption by removing these market barriers. We're currently scaling the world's first waste-derived biosurfactants using waste oils and sugars. Our mission and vision at the end of the day is how could we decarbonize the industry and introduce the most sustainable versions of surfactants that are equally affordable and performing. The heart of our technology is really our process. We have a patent-pending fermentation process that follows these 3 steps. We start with used cooking oil and sugars that are fed to our microbes, and then we go on to fermentation where our bugs are actively eating these oil and sugar input, and then the output is basically the soapy ingredient called biosurfactants. We then package it and ship it to end users, such as cleaning product manufacturers, who then use this to create a higher sustainability profiled product. So, of course, the main focus for today, our CDL journey. Why we went into supply chain? Obviously, as a manufacturing company, we needed a lot of guidance on building our supply chain. We're dealing with not only waste feedstock, but also how do we get the product to clients? Key takeaways and milestones through the supply chain. The list can go on. We got a lot of amazing feedback and got the opportunity to work with such amazing mentors, some of whom are here in this room today. We were able to map out our waste feedstock process. We secured our final contract manufacturing organization with whom we're going to be commercially scaling into large-scale reactors of 50,000 liter plus. We scaled to our first pre-commercial production, so all of our production happens in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and our R&D labs are in Laval, Quebec. We launched our first product, PureServe M, tuned for cleaning products market, and actually serviced our first client purchase orders during our CDL cohort. And we're currently raising our seed round of $5 million. So just a few photos from this experience. So what's coming up at Dispersa? We're currently raising $5 million to fuel commercial efforts in basically bringing our process of where it is today at the 1,000-liter scale to a 50,000-liter capacity. We're finalizing long-term feedstock agreements with waste oil and sugar suppliers and transferring production to our commercial manufacturer in Q1 of 2025 to service our priority group of 5 customers across North America who represent about $3 million in purchase order volumes, and they are eager to get their hands on our product. So our asks from you today, I know we asked a lot through the cohort, but you're such a generous bunch. We have, of course, our round that's ongoing and would love to connect with seed round investors, feedstock suppliers, if you know any fast food chains who have extra oil that they like to give to us, or sugar-rich syrups, that also works great. Customer intros, anyone in the cleaning space or consumer packaged goods. And of course, we're always looking for supply chain experts. With that, I'd just like to end with our ask. We have launched our round of $5 million, driving a 24-month transition to going to that commercialization and larger scale production. Thank you so much for the stage and looking forward.